Welcome back to Stat Plus, your destination for smarter conversations on global economic trends, technology, and market dynamics. Today, we're exploring the recent cautious outlook from India's top IT companies amidst rising global uncertainty. With US-China trade tensions escalating, Indian IT firms face significant challenges, but also unique opportunities. In this video, we'll unpack why growth projections are subdued, and where new opportunities could arise as the global economy reshapes itself. Let's dive in. The recent quarterly results from India's major IT companies have signaled a cautious outlook, reflecting the uncertainties in global economic conditions. Collectively, India's leading IT firms reported significantly slowed revenue growth, accompanied by subdued profit performance, with profit after tax declining between 2% and 12% for several industry leaders. Looking ahead to fiscal year 2026, these companies have issued cautious guidance, forecasting revenue growth ranging from -3% to +3%. A notable concern driving these tempered forecasts is the escalating trade tensions between the United States and China. While the US has paused most of the previously announced tariffs on other nations, the trade war specifically with China remains intense and continues to escalate. This tension disrupts direct sourcing from China for numerous US-based corporations, leading to uncertainty and budget tightening in critical sectors. Considering Indian IT firms source over half of their revenues from the US market, any significant disruption in US corporate spending directly affects their financial outlook. To contextualize, approximately 55% of India's impressive $200 billion-plus IT exports in fiscal year 2025 were destined for the United States, underscoring a profound dependency on US corporate expenditure. Within this substantial US revenue stream, the primary sectors driving demand for Indian IT services include banking, financial services, and insurance at 30%, retail at 16%, manufacturing at 14%, healthcare at 10%, technology at 8%, and telecom at 7%. Among these sectors, manufacturing, retail, and healthcare are expected to face the most significant disruptions from the US-China trade war due to their reliance on China-manufactured components and inputs. These sectors, accounting for approximately 25% of Indian IT's revenue base, are precisely the ones analysts expect to cut back on technology spending in the short term, explaining the cautious growth projections from Indian IT companies. However, a significant silver lining emerges from the targeted nature of the current US trade policy. The Trump administration has pivoted from an all-encompassing approach to a China-focused strategy, reducing tariffs on other countries to 10% during a 90-day negotiation window. Against this backdrop, the US government is actively pursuing bilateral trade agreements, also known as BTAs, with several major economies of the world, including India. These emerging bilateral agreements present substantial revenue opportunities for Indian IT companies, opportunities that are difficult to quantify and therefore overlooked in current growth projections. The primary objective of these agreements will be establishing alternative supply chains for the trade war-affected sectors, which inevitably requires significant IT service support. Realigning these supply chains will inherently require robust IT infrastructure, compliance systems, and sophisticated supply chain management solutions, creating fresh avenues for Indian IT service providers. Furthermore, as China responds by routing exports through emerging manufacturing hubs in other countries, additional IT services will be needed to organize and manage these new export networks. While the prospect of an economic slowdown in the US, and consequently reduced IT budgets, remains a legitimate concern, the fundamental reorientation of global trade routes and the emergence and scaling of global manufacturing hubs serve as potentially favorable counterbalances for India's IT services sector. At Stat Plus, our aim is to equip you with the insights you need to have smarter conversations, whether you're at work, school, the gym, or catching up with friends over coffee. We'd love to know your thoughts. Do you think the opportunities arising from new global trade patterns will outweigh short-term revenue challenges for Indian IT firms? Let us know your views in the comments below. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay updated. Stay informed, stay ahead. See you in the next video.